Ohio State's 9th practice of the spring on Monday, 9 of 15. Tim Bielik. Who's ahead? From the way Urban Meyer was talking on Monday, is it offense or is it defense?
He said it's the defense, and he talked about how it's not surprising that usually until the end of camp, usually the defense has the edge. And when he talked about champions on Friday scrimmage, he mentioned a lot of defensive guys, including Baron Browning and Pete Warner, as guys who really stepped up on defense. And I think it's not a surprise. He also mentioned several veterans on offense being held out. He's done this a long time, so this is not a surprise to him that he thinks the defense is ahead. It probably should be in some cases because you're breaking in a new quarterback. You're trying to find a guy between Dwayne Haskins, Joe Burrow, Tate Martell for your number one. So you shouldn't be surprised, even though the defense has lost quite a few guys, that it's still ahead right now.
So here we are in spring, and it's ahead. And he was sort of saying, like, again, that's not a surprise. In the end, do you think this defense is going to be better than this offense? Is that the path we're going on?
Yeah, I think so. Even if you look at Ohio State's recruiting the last couple of years, like these classes have been on another level, and much of that talent is on the defensive side of the ball. Chase Young, Baron Browning, Jeffrey Okudah, Sean Wade, Teron Vincent coming in this class. Yeah, I do think the defense is going to be better. I probably thought that all along. But the thing that struck me is, like, he mentioned Nick Bosa as, like, one of the reasons why he's so high on the defense. But, like, Nick Bosa, I'd imagine, is being held out quite a bit in the spring practice. Are there not nice things to say about, like, J.K. Dobbins and Paris Campbell and Terry McLaurin, guys that have been around the program and should be catching your attention in that kind of way? It was like, slightly concerning to me. And I don't know if it's just, like, a motivational ploy because that's Urban's side of the ball and he wants to bring those guys up a little bit. But if there aren't good things to say about some of the offensive skill position players that have been around for more than just the spring, that's a little concerning.
Yeah, I did think one of the weird things, he sort of said that they were holding out McLaurin and Paris a little bit, but he seemed to indicate he's not, like, thrilled with, like, the depth at receiver, which is sort of like, well, aren't Austin Mack and Jalen Harris and Ben Victor making plays? And then he'd mentioned Luke Farrell at tight ends. It's like, aren't some of the tight ends not making plays? I think it's probably mostly a function of uncertainty on the offensive line, which is exacerbated by Michael Jordan being hurt, and you don't know who the heck the quarterback is. So I don't even know, like, what J.K. Dobbins. I mean, you're not tackling guys, so it's like, and if there's not a hole there for J.K. Dobbins, J.K. Dobbins is probably just like, can we start the season already?
But isn't there room for, like, Rashad Berry, man, he's been awesome this spring, and, like, we're not getting any of that, and that's weird, I think.
Yeah, and I think there would if he could say, man, Jalen Harris makes a play every practice that blows your mind. But I think also, if the quarterback and the offensive line just, like, play to play are not that functional, then it's hard for everybody else to look good. But I did think, in the realm of, yes, it makes sense for the defense to be ahead, and he said that. I also thought there was a little bit of, like, with the offense. Bill, Tim, Doug. Watch more at cleveland.com.